The Deputy Prime Minister has issued a reminder not to be complacent after President Donald Trump was diagnosed with coronavirus. As borders begin to reopen at home, Michael McCormack says we can't afford to shut them every time there's an outbreak.
Australia's Deputy Prime Minister has wished Donald Trump and First Lady Melania a speedy recovery.
I know the Prime Minister Scott Morrison has reached out and messaged President Trump and First Lady Melania to wish them all the best, to wish them a speedy recovery, and I think all people would do that. But it is, as I say again, a very clear and stark reminder that we can't be complacent.
This week, the Trans-Tasman travel bubble was unveiled. New Zealanders from low-risk areas will be allowed to travel to New South Wales and the Northern Territory from October 16.
Appreciate overnight that the ACT has signed on and they've come to an arrangement too. So that's great news. We need these planes in the air internationally, and I'm really excited by this prospect. Tasmania, of course, too. They've also shown a willingness and an inclination, as has South Australia, to see what they can do as far as getting part of this arrangement.
The Deputy Prime Minister wasn't complimentary of Queensland. He criticised Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk's plan to create a 28-day benchmark to reopen borders ridiculous.
Do you think it's unrealistic that New South Wales will last 28 days?
Well, let's hope that New South Wales can last 28 days, but it's a big ask. They are being unfairly prevented from having tourism at a time when it's so critical for those small businesses to be opening up, not only domestically, but now indeed to New Zealanders.
Now state borders are opening up again, Michael McCormack says there'll be significant ramifications if they're shut every time there's an outbreak.
But we can't keep closing up our borders. We can't keep making sure that one or two outbreaks in one city, in one state, are going to shut down that entire state. Next week's budget will be a jobs and infrastructure budget, and we need to be able to get those workers on the ground. We can't do it if they're locked down. We can't do it if they're shut down under very draconian rules.
Charlotte Mortlock, Sky News, Sydney.